Hello students, good afternoon. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Meet again with my Mika on the topic of English subject. Okay, on today's material, we are going to discuss about present perfect and perfect continuous tense. Before we come to both tenses here, Mika will deliver the objectives of our learning today. The first, you can identify the differences among patterns, the use and meaning of present perfect and present perfect continuous tense. Secondly, you can practice writing the sentences in present perfect and present perfect continuous tense. Thirdly, you can practice speaking too with present perfect and present perfect continuous tense. Fourthly, you can do some exercises related to present perfect and present perfect continuous tense. Okay, now we come to the material of both tenses. Present perfect, perfect and present perfect continuous tense. Have you ever heard someone ask you by saying, "What have you done?" Have you ever heard? And the second question is, what have you been doing? The first question, what have you done? This is the question for present perfect. The second question, what have you been doing? This is the second question of present perfect continuous tense. Okay, we come to the first tenses now. Present perfect. Okay, when we talk about present perfect, so we look at the pattern first. Look at the pattern. Subject, and then followed by have has, plus past participle verbs, and then followed by object and modifier. There are so many modifiers can be in this pattern. Modifier of time, modifier of place, modifier of frequency, or modifier of manner. Okay. Now we come to modifier related to present perfect tense. For the modifier of time, keterangan waktu yang digunakan dalam present perfect tense. What are they? Apa saja itu? There are 10 modifier of time that we can use to say the present perfect tense. Ada 10 keterangan waktu yang bisa kita gunakan, 10 macam maksudnya, yang bisa kita gunakan untuk membuat kalimat dengan present perfect tense. When we use the past participle verbs in a present perfect tense, past participle verbs mean the third verb. For example, contoh, kalau past participle adalah see, saw, seen. We are going to use seen on the present perfect. For regular verb, for example, disturb, disturb, disturb. The third verb will be used in present perfect tense. Berarti yang selalu digunakan adalah kata kerja ketiga dalam present perfect tense. Ya, jadi kata kerja ketiga selalu akan digunakan dalam present perfect. Walaupun itu dalam irregular verbs or regular verbs. And now we come to modifier of time. 10 macam keterangan waktu yang bisa digunakan untuk membuat kalimat present perfect tense. The first, just. Yang pertama adalah just. For example, my friends and I have just finished the theater practice. Just it means baru saja selesai. Okay. Already. The second. For example, the bus has already left us. Already di sini maksudnya sudah selesai lebih awal. The third, yet. For example, she hasn't applied any job yet. Yet di sini maksudnya, it means in English until now. It means sampai sekarang belum. This is yet. Okay. The fourth, before. For example, I have never seen him before. Before means sebelumnya. The fifth, still. For example, I've still been phoned my strange numbers. Still di sini maksudnya adalah masih, ya. Saya masih ditelepon, ya. Saya masih menerima telepon, ya, atau ditelepon. I've been phoned. Been phoned pasif, bentuknya apa? Pasif. Jadi saya sudah ditelepon oleh nomor yang sama. Oke, atau nomor yang aneh, ya. The sixth, yang keenam, since and for. For example, she hasn't met her parents since January. The second example, Paula and Raka have been my best friend for 10 years. Since here means sejak. And then for here means maksudnya selama. Okay. The second, never and ever. Kita bisa menggunakan keterangan never, ever. For example, nobody in my family has ever eaten crabs. And then the second example, we have never been to America. Okay, this is the example. Never, belum pernah. Ever, pernah. Okay. The eighth, yang ke-8. We can use modifier of time, for example, like once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, and several times. Blah, 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 blah times. Okay. Beberapa kali, ya. For example, we have eaten in this restaurant several times. And then the second example, he has watched that show 3 times this month. Okay. And then we come to the name. Kata keterangan yang 9. Lately, recently, so far. Anda bisa menggunakan kata lately, recently, so far. For example, I have recently sent money to my brother. The second example, we haven't been to the market lately. And then the third, she has joined 3 language clubs so far. Oke, ini adalah contoh-contoh yang bisa kita gunakan dengan keterangan waktu lately, recently, and so far. Okay, and then we come to the 10. modifier of time, keterangan waktu yang ke-10. Anda bisa menggunakan today, this morning, this afternoon, this week, this year, and this. So many days. Yeah? Like this example. Has she learned math today? Has she learned math today? Today. This is interrogative sentence. And then the second example, I haven't drunk coffee this morning. I haven't drunk coffee this morning. Okay? This is the example of present perfect by using have modifier response in English. Yeah. And now we are going to look at the use of present perfect tense. The present perfect tense itu digunakan kapan? The first use. Yang pertama, present perfect tense bisa digunakan ketika tindakan dimulai pada waktu yang lampau dan masih berlangsung sampai dengan sekarang. I give you the example. 3 examples. Kita kasih 3 contoh. The first. They have lived here for 10 years. He has worked in the bank for 5 years. They have had the same car for 10 years. Have had. Has worked. Has lived. Okay. Look at the subject at the beginning of the sentence. Penggunaan yang kedua, the second use. Ketika periode waktu tindakan belum selesai atau berakhir. Ya, jadi yang dilakukan itu belum selesai sama sekali atau belum berakhir sama sekali. Jadi masih dikerjakan. Example. They have worked hard this week. They have worked hard this week. The second, it has rained a lot this year. The third, we have met Mr. Anton today. We have met Mr. Anton today. Sampai sekarang masih ketemu. Okay. And then, the third use, penggunaan yang ketiga, digunakan untuk tindakan atau perbuatan yang berulang. Ya, dalam periode waktu yang tidak ditentukan antara waktu lampau dengan sekarang. Ya, jadi yang dilakukan berulang-ulang, kemudian dilakukan waktu lampau yang kita tidak tahu waktunya kapan, kemudian sampai dengan sekarang masih berlangsung. Oke, take a look at the example. Contoh, they have seen that film 6 times. Kita nggak tahu berakhirnya kapan, mulainya kapan. Nah, gitu kan? Oke, yang penting dia sudah menonton film itu 6 kali. The second example, she has visited them frequently. Kita menggunakan times, ya, sering, ya, okay, frequently. And then the third example, we have eaten at the restaurant many times. Dengan menggunakan keterangan waktu yang ada di atas seperti tadi, ada twice, ada 3 times, ada several times. Ini adalah penggunaan yang ketiga. Jadi berulang-ulang, gitu ya. Tapi dimulai dulu sampai dengan sekarang belum tahu selesainya kapan. Oke. And then the fourth use. Penggunaan yang ketiga masih present perfect tense. Tindakan yang baru saja selesai atau baru saja berakhir dilakukan. Barusan selesai. Examples. I have just eaten. I've just eaten. Barusan aja. Okay. We have just seen her. Baru saja lihat dia. He has just left. barusan dia pergi. Okay, that's one. And then the fifth use, pemanfaatan present perfect yang kelima. Saat waktu kegiatan atau tindakan tidak diketahui kapan mulai dan berakhir. Okay. For example, someone has eaten my soup. Nggak tahu siapa yang makan, siapa yang kapan makannya. We don't know. Someone has eaten my soup. Okay. And then the second example, you have seen Gone with the Wind. Kamu sudah menonton Gone with the Wind. And then the fifth example, she has studied Japanese, Russian, and English. Kapan belajarnya? Kapan berhentinya? Kita nggak tahu. Okay, students, this is the use of present perfect tense and also the modifier. And now we come to the pattern into positive, negative, and interrogative pattern. Okay, look at the example here about the positive form, the negative form, and the interrogative form of present perfect tense. Look at this. The difference is only on the use of not on the negative, and since the modal or the auxiliary has into the beginning of the sentence while interrogative. Jadi kalau negatif bedanya hanya di not setelah auxiliary, setelah kata kerjanya. Ya, kata kerja bantunya maksudnya, bukan kata kerjanya. Before the past participle verb. Sebelum past participle-nya. Harus diberi not dulu, baru past participle. Has not written. Negative. And the interrogative change the position of mengganti posisinya has ditaruh di depan. Ya. Jadi has-nya menjadi ke depan. Has the man written? Okay. These are the differences. Positive form, negative form, and interrogative form. Okay. And now we are going to make it into WH question. How to make it into WH question? Like the first question that I asked you. What have you done? And how to make it into what? How to make it into who? And how to make it into when? I give you the example for 3 questions in WH question. Mereka kasih 3 contoh saja untuk what, who, sama when. Lihat. Look at the example. What have the man written since he was 13 years old? What? And then the second question with who. Who has written some calligraphic activities since 13 years old? Who? Number 3. When? When has the man written some calligraphic activities? Okay, there are 3 questions here. You can guess what is the answer. The answer will be written on the comment of this video. Okay, then the second pattern now, the second tense is about present perfect continuous tense. Or someone has a familiar to say that this tense is about present perfect progressive. Ya, ada 2 yang menyebut, ada yang menyebut present perfect continuous, ada yang menyebut present perfect progressive. Okay, and the question is, what have you been doing? By using doing. Okay, verb aim, ya. Okay, biasanya menyebutnya verb aim gitu kan. And then this one, the meaning of the present perfect continuous tense is about tindakan yang dilakukan di waktu lampau dan masih berlangsung sampai sekarang. So, the activities did in the past, ya, Someone did the action in the past and then still continue up to now. Masih dilakukan sampai sekarang. Look at the pattern. Silakan dilihat polanya. Subject followed by have has based on the subject, and then been, and then followed by verb A, yeah, and then object plus modifier. Okay, and then related to the modifier of time, almost the same with the present perfect tense. And now how about the present perfect continuous? When we talk about the efforts of time. Keterangan waktunya kalau present perfect continuous apa? For example, like for about, since, all the day, a long day, forever a year, since 2 months ago. Okay. We also use the adverbs of time for and since. Kita masih menggunakan keterangan waktu yang sama, hampir sama dengan present perfect tense, yaitu since and for. Since untuk sejak, for untuk selama. Okay, now we come to the use. Ya, sekarang penggunaannya kapan? When we use the present perfect continuous tense. The first use. Digunakan untuk menyatakan suatu pekerjaan atau perbuatan yang dimulai di waktu lampau dan masih berlangsung hingga sekarang, maupun baru saja selesai. Oke, jadi hampir sama kan dengan present perfect, gitu ya. Jadi dulu dimulai, sekarang terus masih berlangsung, atau barusan saja berhenti. The first use. For example, contoh. I have been waiting for you at home for 2 hours. The second example, she has been living in Surabaya since 1995. Ada for 2 hours, ada since 1995. Jadi saya sudah menunggumu selama 2 jam. For is selama. Since saya tinggal di Surabaya sejak 1990. Okay, she has been living. The second use, sekarang pemanfaatan yang kedua. Digunakan untuk menyatakan suatu pekerjaan, perbuatan atau peristiwa yang dilakukan berulang-ulang hingga saat ini. Yaitu biasanya kegiatannya berkelanjutan, terus-menerus, gitu ya. Ongoing, ya, sama dengan present perfect kan, almost the same. Okay, examples. She has been studying English since 2000. Sampai sekarang masih belajar bahasa Inggris? Yes. She has been studying English since 2000, but now she is still studying English. Jadi sekarang masih belajar juga. The second example. They have been working at this office for 2 hours. Okay, masih bekerja? Masih. Dalam 2 jam ini. Gitu ya. Jadi selama 2 jam ini masih bekerja. Okay, this one. And now we come to the pattern of positive form, negative form, and interrogative form of present perfect continuous tense. I give you the example. Take a look. The positive form, the negative, and the interrogative. The differences is on the use of the verbs. And the positive has been sleeping. And the negative has not been sleeping. And then in the interrogative has changed into the beginning of the sentence. Has, subject, has the baby been sleeping? Okay. This is the form positive, negative, and interrogative. Or sometimes positive can be called as affirmative sentence. Affirmative sentence. So affirmative, negative, interrogative. And then how to make it into WH question for present perfect continuous tense. Look at the examples. Questions what? What has the baby been doing? What has the baby been doing? The second question, with who? Who has been sleeping on a small bed for 2 hours? Who has been sleeping on a small bed for 2 hours? Question with where? Where has the baby been sleeping for 2 hours? Where has the baby been sleeping for 2 hours? The last question, with how long? How long has the baby been sleeping on her small bed? How long has the baby been sleeping on her small bed? Okay. There are 3 questions on WH question on present perfect. And then there are 4 questions on WH2 of present perfect continuous tense. Ada 3 pertanyaan ya tadi dalam present perfect. Yang W, what, who, and what is that? What, who, and when. And now for present perfect continuous, you have to answer what, who, where, and how. Guess for the answer. I'll be waiting for your answer on the comment of the video. There are 7 answers that you must answer related to the tenses of present perfect and present perfect continuous. Okay, students, this is our learning today. I hope that you can clearly understand about what I explained today. If you have any questions, you can ask me on way group. Okay, students, thank you so much for our learning today. Please don't forget to put comment to answer the 7 questions of WH question. Thank you and see you again on the next material. Billahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Goodbye. Don't forget like, comment, subscribe.